Hey, well, I hope we're all having fun.
Absolutely.
Were I capable of experiencing emotion, I would also be having fun.
That's good to hear. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. You're welcome. So we're gonna do like a little bit of chef talk or just business talk, work talk. So I mean, it's like what annoys us about the industry,
The industry, I don't know.
whether it's cooking.
For Lieutenant Commander Data, I mean, you've served on board the Enterprise with Guinan, is that correct? She's kind of the culinary master on board.
That is correct.
Does she talk about frustrations with service?
She possesses centuries of experience in the industry. She maintains a positive attitude.
I guess that would be easy after centuries of dealing with, just people.
Well, I mean, she was hanging out with Mark Twain, so she's been alive
That's
for
true.
centuries.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. So tell us about the dish that you had. It was good?
It was excellent.
Good.
Appreciate that.
But Eric, how is... I apologize. I'm not meaning to.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Eric, how is... what's one of your favorite foods here on Earth?
I love Mexican food.
Yeah? Anything in particular? Sorry.
Burritos, chimichangas, things like that. I just love the simplicity of it. Just the tortillas, the meat, the cheese, the peppers, the onions. It's just my go-to food.
I mean, seriously, there's like nothing like driving through like a Betos or Rancheritos at 2 a.m, after a hard day and just, getting a smothered burrito and just going home and sitting on the couch just like, I'm in heaven. No, I totally dig it.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm a cheese enchilada fan myself.
I
I like a good enchilada. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. If you've ever been to San Diego Comic Con, they go outlandish for everything. The whole city goes crazy. One of my favorite things, I think, and this is actually speaking to Mexican food. One year I was out there and they took over a steakhouse, like a high-end steakhouse, and they turned it into the Taco Bell from Demolition Man.
Oh, wow.
That was cool.
That was awesome.
It was like 5-star dining Taco Bell food. But it was really cool. It was exclusive. I got to my cousin worked there, and so I was able to go and experience it for like 5 minutes before having to be kicked out. But it was actually pretty fun.
Did either of you ever go to the Las Vegas Star Trek experience?
I haven't been yet.
I did stay at the hotel. I did go to I actually did go to the bar to get a drink.
Yeah. I go every year for the Star Trek convention. Unfortunately, they closed it down at the Hilton. I think it's the Westgate now.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, but it was fantastic. Besides the drinks, they would have like a giant warp core breach with dry ice in it, so it would kind of bubble and smoke out. All of their food was themed, so I would get a hamburger, which was
Hamburger?
cube shaped.
Of course, it has to be.
And if you ordered onion rings, they were the holy rings of Beta Z, and it was a long spike, and the onion rings were all stacked vertically.
Did you do the Borg invasion?
I did.
Yeah. What was that like? I never even knew that existed.
It had Robert Picardo in it as the Doctor, and it took place on a research station orbiting Jupiter when the Borg attacked.
Right.
And he played the EMH from Voyager, in character in this, and it was 4D. So you had these glasses on for part of it. You start out at the research station, and there's a Borg attack. And the actors come out in Borg costumes. They got lasers, and the Starfleet people with you run you down corridors, and then you get to an escape shuttle. You put on the 4D glasses, and Janeway is part of that, and it's a battle between your ship
Is it
and
a
the Borg ship.
representation of Kate Mulgrew?
Yes, yeah,
That's awesome.
Kate
Nice.
Mulgrew, and the seats it's kind of a 4D experience. So they rock
They
back and
move
forth.
and-
When the Borg attacked you, there's little air jets.
That's awesome.
And
Do,
things like
do you have smells at all?
No.
No, it's probably just like it's probably
The
just like
fun fact: the drones at the 4D at the 4D experience
Uh-huh.
were the same drones, the same actors from First Contact.
No,
It was like a family reunion.
Oh, nice.
So, Cody, you're your own specific type of nerd or geek. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what's some of your favorite foods that you've seen in your favorite shows?
You know, a lot of things I want to try. Galaxy Quest. I'm sorry, I think Galaxy Quest is one of the greatest Star
Catma
Wars
bug
movies.
ticks. I'd like to try.
yeah.
By Grath Hammer. You know,
I'd like to try the blood ticks. You know,
Yeah, the
that
blood tick.
Dr. Lazarus has.
Yeah.
Or,
just like Mother used to make.
yes.
Oh.
Or you know, it's corn-fed Iowa beef.
Right.
I love that show, and I love that they're coming to Fan X.
X, yeah.
There's a good Missy Pyle.
Yeah.
What a great, fantastic character actress.
I have a crush on her.
Who wouldn't?
I know, and Patrick Stewart apparently loved that movie. And
Oh, did he
also,
really?
Yeah.
and also, okay, there was a lot of it filmed in Goblin Valley, Utah,
Mhm.
which is basically my backyard. I grew up in like Green River, Price, that area, and I heard stories where the only bar that was open was Ray's Tavern, and they basically had to drag Tim Allen out every night, just like get back to your hotel room.
So actually, if you don't mind, I apologize.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man.
But speaking on like different eras of Star Trek, and you and I could probably talk about, and you know a lot about Star Trek as well. but-
Enough, yeah.
So from the original series, they had more of a galley, right?
They did.
You know,
yeah.
where they had a cook and everything else like that. We go to Next Gen, and they had
Replicators.
Replicators.
Right.
Voyager. It was a mix of the two. I loved how they integrated Janeway burning the roast almost every time she used even the replicator. Somehow she managed to burn the roast. And then in Deep Space Nine, we had a mix of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Quark's Bar. Yeah, I mean, what were some of your favorite culinary instances in each show?
Well, for the original series, Spock really liked plomeek soup.
Right.
It was a Vulcan dish. For the Next Generation, I loved the episode where Riker swapped places with a Klingon officer for a mission, and before he left, he had this big spread of Klingon food, including Gok. When he went to the Klingon
Those
ship,
bloodworms, right?
bloodworms,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was surprised that you're supposed to eat it live.
Ah.
He didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's like eating a live
yeah.
octopus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Voyager was fun though. I mean, like that
Leota root.
Leota root. That's right. That they found on a random planet, and yeah, that Neelix always does. And
I gotta say, I gotta give props to Neelix, man. It's like he made anything he could with whatever he had.
I think he was enthusiastic at times, over enthusiastic.
Yeah. It's like there's one time it's like they ran out of coffee, and so it's like, well, I have this little root here that makes like coffee, and like poured out like chocolate syrup, and he gave it to Jamie, and she was like, yeah.
Yeah, most of his food wasn't
Wasn't
there
there.
at one point. My favorite scene is, I think it's first season, after they've picked up Neelix and Kes. Forgive me, but Kes was one of my least favorite characters. During points, I mean, she actually had her place, but anyway, Neelix had taken over the captain's private dining room and turned it into the galley.
Mhm.
And he said, "Oh, was this yours? I had no idea." And then, in true form for Voyager, she goes to try and do something, and she's needed on the bridge again. So, my favorite thing, actually, this is actually a thing from my childhood, which it turned into an adult need, is Earl Grey tea.
Oh, great, hot.
Yep. Have you ever had it?
I haven't.
Oh, it's
It
it's actually pretty fantastic, especially in the morning with a little bit of cream.
when it's like to the right temperature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Earl Grey. When it's like Earl Grey hot, it's like, oh yeah.
What do you drink in the morning?
Usually just water.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No coffee, no tea. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee either because I'm Mormon. So.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Why?
So it's your show. I'm like dominating.
No.
so-
Hey, look, no. I appreciate you coming in and taking over the conversation because look, my knowledge about Star Trek is minimal at best. I know the basics and stuff like that, but you have the knowledge. So
I'm more
please
interested to just know, like, actually, I'm curious. Do you eat sushi?
Yeah.
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 What's your go-to?
I don't know that I eat enough sushi to have a go-to.
Yeah.
I grew up in Seattle, so a lot of Asian influence there. stuff that I think grosses out other people. I'm not grossed out by. Like I love seaweed,
Yes.
shrimp, rice. So probably
Yeah.
that combination is my favorite.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing I haven't been able to get into is octopus, is because it's like intelligent like us. It's just like I can't eat anything that's like
Really?
I can't get behind octopus.
I like those takoyashi balls, the octopus balls. For me,
I've
they're
heard it's very chewy.
it can be if it's made wrong, but if it's made right, it's perfect.
I mean, I love spider rolls. I love the calamari and stuff like that. And so I really wish I was had grown up next to the seacoast, because I can get this wonderful seafood. Like a piece of raw shrimp on top of a ball of rice. Oh my God,
Yeah.
phenomenal. I don't even like it fried. Just like I mean, and people are like, "Ew, you eat raw fish?" It's just like, yeah, it's freaking delicious, man. Dude, a raw piece of salmon on top of a ball of rice with a little bit of
Heck yeah.
soy sauce.
Yeah.
Just,
I had a live octopus one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're crazy.
It looks like you won.
Squid Game.
And it wiggled on its way down. It wiggled in the stomach. Didn't wiggle on the way back up.
Oh God!
What the
Ew.
crap, Kyle?
Kyle.
Holy crap! Oh, so you said you haven't had any weird experiences at restaurants, right?
No, really nothing negative.
Nice.
Cody, anything super weird when you've been at diner?
No, not really. Okay, did do a quail egg mussel shooter at Hooters for a bachelor party, and I had food poisoning for the next 3 days.
Why?
So I was at a bachelor party. They dared me.
You got to go to an actual sushi restaurant. I've made you those, haven't I?
Yeah, we've had mussel
I'm
shooters
sure.
before.
I'm sure I've done those.
But come on, it's Hooters. It's
Here in Utah,
yeah,
and they're gone now.
yeah. It was the one that's like
We had to purge. We had
I
to
wonder
purge.
why.
Yeah, it was the Koi Cafe now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh
Anyway,
man.
But anyway, yeah, it's like Mormon guy, bachelor party. Hey, we're going to Hooters, and they're like, "I dare you to take this. I dare you to take the mussel quail egg shot." I'm like, okay, and nobody else would. Nobody else would. There's like
They're
12
good if they're
people.
made right. It might.
And
Have you
I-
ever had a mussel shooter?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're actually really good.
I took it and just immediately I thought it was like, this tastes like food poisoning, and no kidding, it was not food poisoning. It was food poisoning. It was horrible, and I almost died. It was wonderful. So, but I'm really interested in trying other foods and stuff like that. I mean, it's like I'll give it a shot. Doesn't matter. I mean, I used to be all hinky about calamari. Ew, squid, really? It's just like, dude, when it's done right, it tastes perfect. It's just like when calamari is done right, it tastes like a fried egg with the white. Just like the white part of the fried egg. Oh, it's so delicious. It's so. Yeah, but when my food looks at me, no, I don't like that. It's like when I have a sentient being on my plate, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. It's the same thing with like escargot. It's like, it's a delicacy. I'm just kind of like, I'd rather not eat a snail, thank you.
My mom loves escargot. Me, not so much.
So AJ one time, it's like he bought some caviar. He was like, "Oh my God, this is like $50 for a little, thing about half the size of my coffee cup." And I tasted it, just like, eh. It tastes. I mean, look, I love fish roe on top of sushi, but like the caviar, it's like, oh, this is like black truffle caviar and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't see I don't see what the hype is about.
I lived in Argentina for a while, and I had blood sausage there called morcilla.
Okay.
And I had a couple roommates in college. One was from New Zealand, one was from Australia. So you've heard the Men at Work song,
Yeah.
Down Under, about
Yeah.
a Vegemite sandwich. I've had a Vegemite sandwich, and it wasn't bad. It's like yeast.
Okay. Yeah, it's a yeasty thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had an Argentinian neighbor, and he built a barbacoa in his backyard, and he would come over with some beef that he would cook, and oh my gosh, just like we couldn't even sit down at the table to eat it. We would just like just stare at the toast. You're just like, nom, 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 nom.
So you said you were in Argentina?
In Argentina.
Was that an away mission?
It was for 2 years.
For 2 years. You were
Spread the
preaching
gospel.
Yes, of course. Yes. I think this has been good. I've had a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
good to see you again.
And,
Yeah.
and again, thank you for suiting up to showing it, man. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate it.
Oh.
All right. So we got to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crooked Chef.
Or thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we hope to see you again soon. Live long,
And
prosper.